नीचे कर लीजिए, वो ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा आ रहा है कर्टेन ना. Perfect. Hi guys, how are you? Thank you again for your time and patience. We have another session and very informative and exciting session today. And we always very much fortunate and have all your support in all these sessions. And to medical cannabis specifically, we are looking forward in a very serious way because in a recent study, it has been also discovered that cannabis is helping in COVID cases also, and it has been proven in the research that it is helping at a cellular level, and it is actually inhibiting the COVID virus to penetrate our cells. So, cannabis is very crucial in terms of COVID management, and we have been telling this. हम अपने क्लिनिक में we are managing so many cases with medical cannabis, and हमने इसके बारे में काफ़ी बार बात किया सेशंस में भी. So आप सब लोग प्लीज़ ज़रूर इसको ऐड करें ट्रीटमेंट प्रोटोकॉल्स में. And today we have a very important session because a very learned professional from this industry. And personally, I really liked his seriousness and his focus towards medical cannabis. And the knowledge he is having is immense. And as compared to his counterparts in this particular domain, as a founder, he is having a quite exhaustive knowledge. Maybe he is having good international exposure and so on. We will be learning about him today. So I'm talking about Shivraj Sharma, founder, Whole Leaf. The company is related to medical cannabis predominantly, but they will be coming up with some more products in future, which we'll be understanding from him today. And I request all of you to let's have some introductory talk and some introductory slides from Shivraj, and then you all can post your queries and questions also, which we can discuss with him after his talk. So without wasting much time, I request and I welcome Shivraj Sharma to introduce himself quickly and to start talking about his company, what exactly they are looking for. And by the way, this is a very crucial session and a crucial aspect in terms of that there are few companies in medical cannabis who really wants to connect with the doctors to take it forward with them. So in that sense, Shivraj and Wholeleaf is very much serious. So we'll also request Shivraj to throw some idea or some vision on that aspect as well, because predominantly our audience today will be doctors as well, and we are right now live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and many other platforms. Our team will be seeding this session. So over to you, Shivraj, for this session today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Piyush. As always, thank you for the kind words. It's a great pleasure to be here on this platform and speaking to an expert such as yourself. Um, so, I have been in the medical cannabis space in India for a little over 2 years now, and I have spent the majority of my time really gaining knowledge from medical Ayurvedic product formulators within the country, as well as medical doctors within the country, and consultants from abroad. Um, so I've really done a deep dive into medical cannabis, its benefits, and really been very careful actually about the legality of it all in India because it's still in a very nascent stage. I mean, it's come a long way in the past 2 years, but when I started, there were very, very few people doing it, and the knowledge was even lesser, the stigma was even higher. So that's a little bit of my background. I do not come from a medical background, but I do come from a long line of plant medicine enthusiasts. In fact, everyone in my family. So the importance of natural products and organic products has been instilled in me since I was a child. I mean, I remember that chemical medicines in my home were a big no-no. It was only when one was in absolute dire straits, when one was allowed to use chemical medicines, and this is something that has been instilled in me since I was a child. Um, so how I got interested in the medical cannabis space was actually a very personal experience. A family member of mine was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it came to a situation where she had to take so many chemical medicines that it was just affecting her, and the side effects they got really bad. And that's when we started looking towards herbal remedies to help her. And with such a serious ailment, it's not just your family member who goes through it, but it's the family and the caretakers as well. And especially coming from a background and a family where chemical medicines in general, even so much so as a crocin, was only taken when absolutely necessary. To see this was just very it was very sad, and it was very disappointing. Anyway, we were able to I started looking towards sourcing the cannabis extract to help her. But sourcing a good, credible source was actually a very big issue at the time. As I said, there were very few people who were doing it, but the ones that and the ones that really were very small operations, and some of them weren't exactly legal as well. So it was like a catch 22 situation. We didn't want to use or give her anything that would further dilapidate her condition or worsen her condition, because she was already so weak. So that was a big hurdle in being sourcing a good, credible, safe to use cannabis leaf extract was a big issue. So we were finally able to get our hands on some, and when we started giving it to her, we saw a very good change in her living condition. It helped her with her pain. It helped her with her appetite. She was eating properly, which was very, very good for us to see, because that's what really gave her the energy to fight the disease. Um, so apart from that, even her nausea got a lot better. So I was absolutely enamored by this medicine at this point of time, and that's when I started researching more. I traveled to Europe and America. I met with a couple of manufacturers there, and that really was an eye opener to see where cannabis medication and CBD had actually reached in the world. So we were far behind. We still are. We still have a lot of catching up to do. So that's when I really decided that this is something that should be made available to people in India, and I started Whole Leaf. So that's a little bit of my background and why I started the company. So I'd like to now take you through my presentation of my company catalog and my products. So I'll quickly go through these to explain to you what our offer is. So the company was founded in 2020. Our goal is to help people live healthier, happier lives by offering them a better way to heal, which is all natural cannabis leaf extract and CBD based medications. All of our medications are full spectrum. That means they contain all of the therapeutic compounds that exist in cannabis in its very natural form. These would be all the cannabinoids, terpenes, flavonoids. The most well researched and well known of the cannabinoids would be CBD and THC. So we have both of these in our formulations in a ratio of 1:1. I'm pretty sure you're all aware of what CBD and cannabis oils are. But as I said, I'll quickly run through this. The cannabis plant contains hundreds of therapeutic compounds called cannabinoids, flavonoids, and terpenes. CBD and THC are the cannabinoids that I was referring to. Each particular cannabinoid has its own medical property and therapeutic value. For example, CBD is great for inflammation and anti-anxiety. It helps boost serotonin levels in the body. It's also good for. It's also a good sedative. So it helps restore your natural sleep cycle. But if I'm to say which cannabinoid has greater sedative properties, which help you with sleep, and which cannabinoid has greater pain relief properties, I would definitely say it would be THC. Even more so than CBD. So when you are consuming CBD and THC along with all the other cannabinoids together, the therapeutic value is amplified. Okay. We've gone through this. So it has a wide spectrum of benefits. It helps you with problems such as insomnia, anxiety, pain and inflammation, appetite, nausea. Again, skin disorders, because it helps reduce the inflammation levels in the gut and really most of our problems start in the gut. So those are the benefits. Very often people kind of get taken, they don't believe that one particular product would have such a huge array of benefits. But even myself, for example, I could not believe that this was the case, but it really truly is. And there's science and clinical studies and papers to back this up that have been published all over the world in medical journals. So those are the key benefits. Why whole leaf? So here I'll let you know a little bit about how our products are beneficial and why one should go for whole leaf products. First and foremost, at the very basic level, all of our products are licensed. They are licensed under the Ayush Ministry. We have over we have over 18 proprietary Ayurvedic formulations that have been improved. These are primarily to bring relief in three main areas, which are anxiety, insomnia, and chronic pain. All of our products, again, are third party lab tested to ensure that every batch is 100% safe to use and is efficacious enough. They're all produced in a GMP manufacturing facility, so the quality standards, again, are assured. And the lab test reports further are further there to prove that none of our products contain any harmful chemicals. So these are the pillars on which Whole Leaf stands. Our mission always has been to provide people with 100% safe to use cannabis extract and CBD products. So that's the lab test reports and the GMP quality facility helps ensure that. Another thing I'd like to add as to why our products or why Full Leaf, I would say that our customer and patient testimonials speak for themselves. You can go to our Instagram profile or even our website and really see what people have to say about our products. We have serviced over, I would almost now 450 patients. And we have a very high customer return rate, which means that the products are working and then that they are truly helping people. Um, we have also we have also conducted a small pilot study with our oral tinctures. So extensive R&D is really a part of our strategy going forward, and it always has been, because that's what truly instills credibility. So we have done a pilot study, which I'm going to be talking about after this presentation, and I'll take you through the results of that study. This is our product range. Currently, we have two product categories. We have oral tinctures as well as a topical category for external use. Under the topical category, we currently have a muscle and joint pain rub oil. What's amazing about this product is that apart from the cannabis leaf extract, it also has close to a dozen Ayurvedic super herbs that also have pain relief and anti-inflammatory properties. So what's happening is that it's working in synergy with the cannabis leaf extract, and it's amplifying the therapeutic pain relief properties of the cannabinoids present within the cannabis leaf extract. So it's working very, very well for arthritis pain. My mom, for example, has had arthritis for a while, and again, it came to a point where she also started resorting towards painkillers to help her with the pain because it got bad. With this muscle and joint pain rub oil now, I'm not saying that it's completely taken the need for her to not take any of the medication, but it has really helped cut down the number of painkillers that she has to have. So that's a big win in our eyes. And that's really what again we are trying to do, is we're trying to reduce the dependence that people have today on chemical medicines, because the long-term effects is something that people don't realize today, but they're severely detrimental in the long run. So coming back to the muscle and joint pain rub oil, it reduces inflammation both in the muscles and the joints. It helps to the carrier oil that we've used is a sesame seed oil, which is known to have very good penetration levels. So it helps to deliver the cannabinoids and the super herbs deep into the body, ultimately lubricating the joints and helps mobility as well. So it's really good for both muscle and joint pain. We're also going to be launching multiple more products within this category in the next couple of months. Kindly stay tuned. So here are the benefits again: pain relief, it relaxes muscles and aids recovery, helps to lubricate the joints and reduces stiffness, and reduces swelling and inflammation in the muscles and joints as well. The second category are the oral tinctures. These are called the relief oral tinctures. Again, they're made of full spectrum cannabis leaf extract, so they contain all the therapeutic compounds, including CBD and THC. Benefits again are anxiety, sleep, appetite, nausea, and pain. So again, it has a very wide array of benefits that help treat, that help mitigate a lot of problems that multiple ailments come with. So in terms of anxiety, CBD helps alleviate anxiety by boosting serotonin levels in the body and thereby induces a feeling of well-being. In terms of sleep, both THC and CBN are present in the cannabis extract, which have good sedative properties. These help with both falling asleep and staying asleep. So it's not like a pain. It's not like a sleeping pill. It's not something that's going to knock you out, but it certainly helps to calm your body and calm your mind down so that you get a good natural sleep. And it also helps restore your natural sleep cycle. So that means that you do not have to take it every single time. You do a certain course, you do a certain after a certain treatment period, it helps bring your natural sleep cycle back into action. For appetite, again, it stimulates appetite. THC again helps to reduce nausea and returns you to a state of comfort and calm. And this is where it also helps boost appetite by reducing your nausea. Both THC and CBD present in full spectrum extracts react with the pain receptors in your body and help reduce both chronic as well as neuropathic pain. So those are the benefits of the oral tinctures. They come in two strengths, medium and strong. The medium is a mid-potency oil, which contains about 3,000 mg of cannabis leaf extract. This is recommended more for patients who have insomnia and anxiety. It also helps with the other benefits, but I would say for people who are experiencing more severe pain, should go in for the stronger variant, which is the 4,200 mg variant. It contains 4,200 mg of cannabis leaf extract. Both of these variants come in two flavors: natural hemp and fennel and peppermint. The fennel and peppermint is actually quite delicious. A lot of patients are going in for the fennel and peppermint variant. However, I personally feel that I personally like the natural hemp better because I'm more of a naturalist. Um, Right. So the fennel and peppermint, in fact, also helps more with nausea because it contains natural fennel and peppermint oil. It has natural properties that reduce the nausea within the body. So it further contributes to the anti-nausea properties of the cannabis leaf extract and the relief oral oil. Here, obviously, a prescription is required, and the topicals are OTC. So the prices are as such. They start at $9.99 for the muscle and joint pain rub. That's a 50 ml bottle. The relief oral tinctures start at $16.80 and they go up to $5,600 for the strong strength in a 30 ml bottle. Right. Busting myths. Cannabis oils are absolutely not illegal. They are licensed under the Ayush Ministry. CBD-based products are not safe to consume is another myth. So they are absolutely safe to consume. One should only watch out for the lab test reports, the license certification, and the GMP certified mark to ensure that the products are 100% safe to use. All of these we have. Another common myth is that CBD is addictive. This is also untrue. CBD is absolutely not addictive, and this has been stated by the WHO as well. When we're talking about a full spectrum product, it's always best to follow a physician mediated pathway and a certain dosage and a treatment period to ensure that you're getting the maximum benefits of the product. Dosage again is very subjective. This is something that we kind of help navigate new doctors through. Dr. Piyush again is someone who would be able to advise on the dosage better and kind of really figure out a guide, a roadmap specificated for individual ailments, and keeping factors such as age, metabolic rate, as well as tolerance to cannabis medication and products to figure out the pathway to the dosage. You can contact us on the email that you see on the screen. You can also visit our website, which is www.wholeleaf.in. Our Instagram handle is wholeleaf_wellness, and all of our other contact information will be provided to you shortly. That's about it for the company catalog. I'd like to quickly take you through um, the study that we have conducted. So this was a pilot study that we have conducted within the framework of Ayurveda. Again, I'd like to mention that extensive R&D and clinical trials truly are a very big part of our strategy in 2022. This we are going to be partnering up with leading medical institutions in the country as well as expert doctors to really collaborate and run these particular trials, focusing on specific areas and specific ailments to test the efficacy of cannabinoids in cannabis. So that's a big part of our strategy. Um, Currently, we have done a pilot with 20 patients where we have taken into consideration the three main areas of problems that are chronic pain, anxiety, and appetite. These are the three main areas that we took into consideration for the medication. We ran the trial for about 30 days, where the dosage was monitored and systematically increased to see exactly what dosage was affecting each particular patient with the ailment. Second. I'm happy to give this report to anyone who is interested, who would like to know about it. I will quickly just take you through the results of this study. So the effect of pain, as you can see, we started off with about a 7.1. Sorry, I can't really see this very clearly. Yes. So we started off with about a 7.13 pain level, which was the mean. And after treatment, we reached 2.88, which is incredible. It is a 59.6, almost 60% improvement that we saw in the patients that were taking the oral tinctures. Now, these are both patients with both chronic as well as neuropathic pain issues. In terms of appetite, again, before treatment, the appetite was at, no, I'm sorry, 1 second, right here. So after treatment, we saw an improvement of 53.8% in the appetite of the patients, which is again great. Now you can see it in the form of a bar graph. The effect on sleep again has been immense. I would say that was the best effect level that we saw for the oral tinctures, where we saw an 84% improvement in the quality of sleep and people who were facing insomnia and sleeplessness. So this is a very, very big win. And this is all within a period of 30 days. In terms of overall effective treatment, we saw about 50% people had marked improvements. There was 5% people with a complete remission, which means that we completely helped them where the pain did not come back or the sleep issues did not come back. Actually, the complete remission was in the case of a person who had stomach cancer, and there was a big a lot of pain that they were going through, or bloating that they were going through, which really did go down. We have 20% in moderate improvements, and only 10% was with complete remission, and 5% was with no improvements, which again are very good numbers. Right. So that is our pilot study. Again, I'm happy to share this with anybody who's interested. Right. So, apart from this pilot study, we are also now going to be um, undergoing the process of designing a study to test the efficacy of cannabinoids and cannabis medication on cancer-induced nausea and vomiting. Um, so that's something I'm very, very excited about. We're currently in the we're designing the protocol, and that is a study that we're going to be starting soon. This is one which will be um, done within the framework of modern medicine, and we're doing it with one of the leading medical institutions in the country. Um, Apart from extensive R&D and this nausea trial that we are going to be conducting, as a strategy, as a company, we are going to be focusing more towards pain, both neuropathic as well as chronic pain. So you're going to be seeing several products that we're going to be launching to help patients with those problems. Dr.
Right,
Janita?
right. Thanks,
Yes.
Shivraj. I think very informative, by the way, discussion, and really liked your seriousness and your company vision on taking medical cannabis in a very scientific manner. I think that is the need of the hour for our country, and we like need more companies like you who are very much serious and taking this in a very scientific manner rather than just directly selling it as a commodity. But you are really focused and serious about the scientific aspect, which we really liked and appreciate as a medical community and fraternity. I can see right now around 300 people are watching you live, and predominantly, as per our audience, they are doctors. So I, in fact, request all the doctors and all the people who want to connect to this company directly. You can quickly share your mobile number or email ID to us as well. What we will do is we will connect you with the concerned person in the company, and they can send you maybe the samples, and accordingly you people can start having these products for your patients as well. So you can just share your, yeah,
Sorry.
please.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You can just share your details in the comment section, like you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, or otherwise, if you want, you can just directly WhatsApp us. The number is flashing on your screens, and email ID is also flashing. And I also request Shivraj to maybe post his mobile number or any concerned person mobile number and email ID in the chat in the feature. So what I will do is we will flash that also on the screen, because many people are watching us on some platforms where they can't comment, but they can note down your number and they can connect with you. We have few queries also for you, Shivraj, and your company. I will
Sure.
be picking up those questions as well. Meanwhile, you can share your contact details in the chat box. The email ID and the contact number, quickly you can type in the chat box, and we will
Okay.
share with our audience. Right. And thank you again, all of you, for joining, and always your support and your involvement is very encouraging and motivational for all of us, because I can see every time hundreds of doctors and people are supporting us. We have just shared the email ID and mobile number of the concerned person and the website, so you all can go and explore the products also. And the first question for you, Shivraj, is how the doctors can connect with your company or you, like any mechanism, any procedure, any SOP through which they can connect, or it's directly they can just shoot an email on the email ID which we have just flashed, or the number, and your team will be connecting to them. What is the procedure? Some doctors wants to understand.
So that is the procedure, Doc. They can send an email on the email ID that I've put up, or they can even call. Someone will be there from my team to answer their calls and walk them through the procedure and our processes. So I'd also like to add that we are um, see, a big part of our strategy is to establish a doctor network and go through the doctors, right? Even for our R&D and our clinical trials, we are wanting to collaborate with people from the medical fraternity and experts such as yourself, because at the end of the day, you really are the mouthpieces of the pharmaceutical products, right? To be able to gain credibility one would always listen to their doctor, right? So our goal here is to really communicate to the doctor community, uh, communicate our data to the doctor community, communicate our product information to the doctor community, so that you understand what the benefits of our products are, where we come from. As because at the end of the day, for both the doctors as well as us, the main idea is for the patients to benefit, right? And so that's actually our strategy, where we are looking to establish an extensive doctor network, and obviously we are doing different product offers for the doctors that we have that are quite lucrative as well. So yes, so you can get in touch with that. You can send an email out to that email ID, or you can get in touch on that number, and we would be happy to walk you through what our offers are, or any kind of questions you might have.
Right. And second aspect is some doctors have requested and specified about the maybe they need to understand the quality as well as the pricing thing, because still this industry is bit new, and sometimes we have seen that doctors are also confused, because there are so many companies who have different set of pricing in terms of medical cannabis medicines or products are concerned. So maybe we can just quickly like uh, explain that what kind of quality and what kind of pricing related to that your company and your medicines are having, so that the doctors can have some insight, because there is a very confusion among the fraternity, among all the companies. So that we would like to understand from you. And second part of that question is, do you have do you provide samples also to the doctors, because sometimes some companies provide, some companies do not provide, and as still this domain is a bit new, so sometimes doctors seek to try the samples and then they have some confidence on the medicines, which generally also in pharma and ayurveda is a very common practice. So they would like to understand in both aspects from you, Shivraj. Thank you.
So firstly, regarding the samples, yes, of course, we give out samples to the doctors. I mean, how else would you trying out the product before giving it to the multiple patients is actually a very standard procedure, and it's the right way to go about things, to kind of really get to know what the product is about, and if the product is efficacious or not. So product samples are definitely something that we give out, and I'm happy to give those out to the doctors who would like to partner with us and who would like to collaborate with us. Um, the second thing was about the pricing. Now, uh, everybody has their own pricing, everybody has their own strategies and models in place. In terms of costings and pricing, I would say that our company is quite competitive and is within the bandwidth of the gamut of products and the prices that people are offering in the industry and in the market today. So I can't really speak for others, but for us, there are certain things that you will get with whole leaf products. The first thing that we stand by um, unwaveringly is transparency. With our products and our medications, you will get what you see. Whatever we are claiming is something that is assured. We will, if required, we are happy to provide you with any kind of reports necessary that show that our products are what are exactly as per claim. Secondly, today people are offering it's a very wide spectrum of costings and prices that people are offering, and they're also basing it on the cannabis extract kind of concentration in their formulations. I would like to point out that it is not just the quantity of the cannabis leaf extract in the formulations that matters. More than that, it is the quality of the cannabis leaf extract that is being offered in the formulations that matters. One could offer 30% of cannabis leaf extract in their products, but if the cannabinoid content is low, it would not be as effective as even 10%, right? So that is something that we again take care of. We have some proprietary extraction processes that we have put in place to make sure that the cannabinoid content is intact, once the product is extracted, once the cannabis leaf extract is made. So the cannabinoid content is high. And the second thing we're doing again is that we do understand that at the end of the day, um, it is not raw or a CBD isolate or a THC isolate, right? We do understand that um, the potency as far as CBD and THC is concerned in any of the products in India currently, because it's an all natural product, is not high like a 99% or a 90%. So we are trying to, or in fact have refined and further refined our formulations with the presence and with the support of other Indian indigenous super herbs to really make sure that the potency and the efficacy of the product is still intact, right? So that's what we are doing, and that again is a big part. And that is again is somewhere where we are creating differentiation from other products in the market, where we have experimented with combining other herb extracts along with the cannabis leaf extract to have a higher quality and a high efficacy product.
Right, great. I think again it's a very commendable mindset which you people are having, because quality is the key, and we have seen that these days, ultimately, end of the day, patients are looking forward for quality medicines and products so that the healing can be ensured, and same is applicable with all the doctors. So I again request all the doctors and all the people who are listening to us, maybe you can quickly share your details with us. I got few details, so we'll be sharing that with the Shivraj and his team, so that they can be in touch with you, and they can take it forward in terms of connecting with you people. And um, last couple of questions, Shivraj, which I have in my inbox right now, and then maybe we can proceed for the conclusion of this session today. One is again, as far as like for example, there are studies and there are data which is available. Like we have seen the recent study where cannabis has been proven in terms of certain aspects for COVID management, and in a research study it has been like mentioned. And we have also seen there is a study in autism. There are some other studies worldwide going on, not that much in India. So as far as your company is concerned, because see, but we understood and but we realized that there is a gap. We are trying on our level as well. So the question is how these doctors like can get some elaboration, because sometimes what happens is there is a confusion in terms of the tinctures also. Like for example, some companies are having some variants like pain, stress, sleep, these kind of labeling they are doing on their tinctures. Some companies are not doing any labeling, it's a generic tincture. So now with your products and medicines, the first question which I want to discuss here is, which I got from few doctors also. So is there any indication specific medicines you have, or is there a general tincture which you have which doctors can prescribe to any indication as per the research studies or as per the data available in our like network, that this kind of medicine or this kind of treatment protocol we can follow? Because generally we follow some ayurveda medicines also along the medical cannabis. So what kind of tinctures and what kind of medicines you people have, in which you have a specific for a specific indication, or you have a generic which we can prescribe in any indication as per our experience and knowledge?
Right. So again, to reiterate, cannabis leaf extract, Vijaya extract, cannabinoids such as CBD and THC, they have a very wide spectrum of benefits, right? They react with the receptors within your endocannabinoid system. The cannabinoids such as CBD and THC, they are very similar in structure to the natural endocannabinoids that your body produces. And this is what helps you regulate multiple bodily functions when it comes to mood, when it comes to appetite, sleep, pain, anxiety. So it's actually it does if it has a wide array of benefits, and it affects multiple functions at the same time. Having said that, what does make a difference, and that is what we have seen, is the amount of cannabinoids and the cannabinoid content in the products, right? So when we are talking about 3000 mg cannabis leaf extract, for example, with that specific cannabinoid content, we have seen it, we have tried it out on patients, we have done the pilot, and what we observed from that was that it was affecting the anxiety as well as insomnia more than the pain. Now, people who had pain did notice a certain decrease in their pain level, but it was not to the extent that that the relief was there as compared to the stronger variant. So that is how we have kind of categorized both the potencies in the products, and that's how we've differentiated between the two. So the medium one, as I said, helps more with anxiety and insomnia. It does help with pain as well, but for people who have more severe pain issues, we saw the more potent variant, which is the 4200 mg variant, work better. And that is how one can really differentiate between the effect levels, keeping in mind the potency of the products.
Right, right, great. And last question and last query of the day is, see, we have done so many like medical cannabis sessions till now, and we have connected doctors with some companies as well. Now doctors are very specific, and they are getting like experience and knowledge gradually. And in Ayurveda, in pharma, and in many companies, in many domains, we have this set of practice, and we always request medical cannabis companies to specify. And doctors, why doctors is asking this? This is a general question, by the way, which every company and every medical cannabis organization will be facing. And why we are like mentioning this today, it's better that it's your first exclusive session on our platform, so your mindset and your message should be clear and loud to all the practitioners and doctors, so that they have a faith and confidence that yes, your organization is having at least that kind of mindset which they can connect and take it forward. So what happens is, in generally in pharma or in some Ayurveda companies, so they have some OTC products and they have some prescription products. OTC they will market and they will do the entire marketing and all direct to the patients or consumers, I will say, or the clients. But the prescription medicines generally are not that being promoted or marketed exhaustively. They are being done through the doctor network and all. That is hardcore pharma. In some Ayurveda companies also you will see, for example, Dabur having the ad of Chyawanprash or Gilo and all. But there are so many prescription medicines which they will not promote or do advertising either on digital or on TV or channel and all, which they always do with the doctors network. So now, as I can understand, there are business challenges, and we can't expect that you will not directly promote medical cannabis. That you have to do, because there has to be some business challenges also, which we respect as a doctor. But again, we need to create some kind of a balance or some kind of a ecosystem where all the stakeholders will be, because the apprehension or the confusion or the insecurities are, like for example, some doctors started a particular company. I don't want to name any company, but again, that company started directly marketing to the people, and they have that kind of medical cannabis marketing campaigns where they are bypassing the doctors, or doctors are just there for writing the prescription and all, which really we don't like as medical fraternity or a medical practitioner. So we just want to understand your vision or your company vision and mindset about handling this kind of an ecosystem, because I can understand, again, it will be a challenging. I'm not again forcing or asking any company to just stick to the prescription model, because you have to maintain your sales, you have to do some kind of direct marketing as well. Hope you are able to understand my question. So we just need your message and your mindset about this particular ecosystem, that how you will be balancing between the doctor network and directly communicating to the people or patients and consumers or whatever I want to quote that.
Sure. So, Dr. Piyush, as I mentioned, going through the doctors is a big part of our strategy. Uh, Patients listen to what the doctors have to say because there is a certain amount of trust that exists between a patient and a doctor, right? Uh, Even if we tried, or even if a company tries to go directly to the patients, I would say it's a recipe for disaster because until we establish credibility within the medical fraternity, within the doctors, the patients will not believe in the product. They will not believe in the benefits of the product. There will always be a certain level of apprehension. So, in terms of marketing the products, our key strategy and our primary focus is to establish the doctor network. That is our primary focus, right? When it comes to the prescription products. When it comes to the topical products, again, we are to go through the doctor network as well, but there will be a certain amount of marketing and a push that will be put to place them as uh, a lifestyle product as well as such, if I may. But as far as the prescription products are concerned, uh, the doctor strategy is absolutely in place. And we are working very hard on developing this network, and we're working extensively to ensure that more than anything else, the doctors foremost are convinced of the products and the efficacy of the products.
Great, great. Good to know that, Shivraj. And I think again, I really appreciate your mindset and these kind of vision and this kind of mindset. Definitely, we all are having a respect, and I think that is the way to proceed in 2022 and coming years in this industry, which I think is having a very tremendous potential, because this is the only herb, this is the only plant, I will say, this is the only herbal solution which is having that kind of exhaustive research. If you talk about this current virus, that it is inhibiting the virus at a particular level, which is a very specific research. By the way, I remember in the second wave also, India Today news channels has covered a story in which it was mentioned that it is also helping in reducing the cytokine storm in the
Correct,
lungs, where the lung
correct,
damage was very severe. In this variant, it's not that much severe, it's just related to the upper respiratory tract, but in the some variants, the virus is damaging to the lungs, and many other indications and many other health issues. We have seen that cannabis is having a very exhaustive footprints in terms of research studies are concerned. So I think the potential and the scope is huge for this particular herb, for this particular plant. It's just there is a gap in terms of giving more and more exposure to the medical fraternity, connecting them to the companies like you, giving and empowering them with the knowledge, with the medicines. So at indianvedyas.com, we just want to do that. And again, thank you so much for your time. Thanks to all the doctors and people who have attended this. We have a few details, so we will be sharing that with you.
right.
And we
I'd
have a
like
set. Yeah,
Sorry.
please.
I would like to add one thing again going forward. Very well said. There is a huge opportunity that exists in cannabinoid medication and medical cannabis. And I would say currently in India, Ayurvedic doctors such as yourself are at the helm of and you have access to this opportunity, and it's really an opportunity to be able to help so many people. You know. Because of the wide array of benefits it has, because of the minimal side effects that it has, and it's really a multi-billion-dollar industry. You know, so for Ayurveda doctors, I would say this is the chance to be put back in the forefront, you know, for the Ayurveda industry, for the natural medication industry in India, for doctors such as yourself to be back in the forefront, because this is really something that has the potential to help a lot of people. Um, there are a lot of doctors still out there, just like people who are not aware of what these products are. And what the benefits are, and the potential for it. So this is where um, platforms like these help, Dr. Piyush, and experts such as yourself, providing the kind of information that you're putting out there is really going to be helping a lot of Ayurvedic doctors also gain access to that information. And again, for such doctors who do want to get in touch, we have a medical advisory put in place where any and every questions that you would have or might have about medical cannabis or Vijaya extract will be answered. So if there's any questions or any queries at all, please feel free to get in touch with us, and we are more than happy to walk you through it, whether it's dosage, whether it's effects, whether it's side effects, introduction, indications, contraindications. We have all the information ready with us. So please feel free. I would urge you to get in touch with us for the same.
Great. Thanks, Shivraj, and thank you again for your time. And we are very much happy and pleased to have you and your organization on board with us now. And we will be coming up with many more informative sessions with the organization that is Whole Leaf, and Shivraj and other doctors will be joining us soon through them in our further sessions. So I request all of you to be in touch and keep checking updates on our platforms. And again, thanks all the doctors and all the audience who have joined today. It was really a very informative session today and a very fruitful and productive discussion. So thank you again. Have a great weekend ahead, and looking forward to have all of you involved in the medical cannabis practice and domain. And thanks again, Shivraj, for your time and contribution for this session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Piyush, for having me.